I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on word patterns. And before we start our lesson on word patterns, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. So we have logged on to aplusstudents.ca, the username as well as our password. Then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 4. Right. So we said we are doing our lesson on word patterns. So we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username, selected the subject of language art grade 4, and now we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of word patterns. Word patterns. All right. So our chapter is word patterns. Our subject is English language arts, grade 4. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of word patterns is word pattern analogies, as well as word pattern sentences. So that is going to be our focus lessons for today under the chapter of word patterns. All right, and when it comes to words or word patterns, words with suffixes, right? They follow a certain patterns. And remember, a suffix is a word that you add or letters that you add at the end of a base or root word, right? And then sometimes you either have to figure out the meaning or the meaning basically changes of that word, right? So words with suffixes, they follow patterns. And by noticing these patterns can help you to recognize words that act the same way and help you figure out their meaning. For example, words like Oopsie. For example, words like if you're happy, and we can also say happiness if we add our suffix, right? Or cozy. And if we add the suffix, we can say it's coziness. And when it comes to both of these words, right? Happiness as well as coziness. Happiness is a feeling of being happy, and coziness is the feeling of being cozy. Right? All right. Sorry. So we say that words with suffixes, and remember a suffix and a suffix, it is a word that you add, let's say at the back or at the end of a base word, right? And then once you add that to the base word, then sometimes the meaning changes. Of course, the word changes. But like I say, your meaning slightly changes. And by noticing these patterns, right, that can help you recognize words that act the same way and they help you figure out their meanings. And we made an example of if our base word is happy and we add the suffix of ness, and then we can say it's happiness. And if our base word is cozy, but we add the root word of ness, we can say it's coziness. And both of these words means the feeling of something, the feeling of being happy or the feeling of being cozy. And we are doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca, right? All right, let's go to aplusstudents.ca. And we see the chapter is word patterns. So we're going to the first lesson, which is word pattern analogies. And words with suffixes, they follow patterns, right? And we said noticing these patterns can help you recognize words that act a certain way and help you find out their meaning. And we made an example of happiness and coziness, right? And we said happiness is the feeling of being happy, coziness is the feeling of being cozy. But now, if we complete the pattern over here, here we have pig and piglet. But now we also have rib. And if we were to follow the pattern, right, what is the word that we will add? What is the suffix that we will add to the word rib? So if we complete the pattern, right, here we have piglet. So first we have a pig. It's like we would say mommy pig, daddy pig. And then we have piglet, which is like baby pig. But now we have rib. Remember, we are following a pattern. And what you do to the one, like by suffix, we do to the other. And rib, right? Then we have rib. So we have pig or piglet. And then we have rib. We need to add, we need to choose our specific word here by adding a suffix that is similar. All right, so we basically say piglet, so which means that we added a lit, and it is also riblet. Right, so riblet. All right. And what do you think is a piglet? What do you think is a piglet? And what do you think is a riblet? Yep, lit is the suffix. But now, what does the word piglet mean and what does the word riblet mean? So for the one who came late, we are doing word patterns, right? We're doing word patterns grade 4. So firstly, before we go on to piggish and sluggish, right? A piglet is a small pig, right? So remember, we need to also just try and get the meaning of a specific word before we end it off. All right, so we complete the pattern, right? We said sluggish. So which means that the pattern that we need to follow is by adding ish, ish. Yes, so if our first word is slug or sluggish, and then the next one will be pig or piggish. Oopsie. So pig, or we say it's piggish, right? So we have slug or sluggish, pig or piggish, right? Because we see that these are patterns that we follow. So we follow sluggish as well as piggish. And the meaning of sluggish, right? So the meaning of sluggish, it means similar to slug, or it can be slow. Usually it's the way somebody walks. I don't know if you've noticed when somebody walks there, you can literally hear them coming because the feet would be going on the floor. So like as if they're not picking up their feet. So sluggish, which means slug or slow. And then we have piggish, which is basically similar to pig, right? So now we're going to have to complete the pattern, right? So the first word is secret, and then we have secretly. So we added the suffix ly. All right. So secret, right? Secret. And if we add the suffix to the word secret, right? Then it means secretly. So we add a suffix which is ly to the word. And remember, it's a pattern that we need to follow, which means that if you added the ly, the ly to secret to the first word, then we need to add it to the next word too, which is generously. So basically, the pattern is you need to just follow and write down or complete the suffix that was added to the previous word also. And it's basically just to show that words with suffixes, they follow patterns. Like secretly, generously. We are doing word patterns, word patterns. And we said words, word patterns are words. Words are also with suffixes and they follow patterns. Suffixes is a word that you add at the end of a base or root word. All right. So secretly and generously. And we said that when it comes to the suffixes, right, we follow these patterns, and then you will notice, once you've noticed a certain patterns, it can help you recognize words that act the same way, like secretly, generously, and you will be able to help figure out a meaning or the meaning. All right. And if we now look at the meanings of the word secretly and the word generously, so secretly and generously. So secret and secretly means that things are done in a secret way. So things are done in a secret way. That is secretly. And generously also means that things are being done in a generous way. So secretly is like we are not telling anybody. It's like we are doing it in a manner in which nobody knows. That is a secret way. And generously means that it is done in a generous way, meaning that it is more giving, right? So it's done in a generous way. They are more giving. So literally the whole pattern is about the certain way in which something is being done. In a secret way or in a generous way. All right, so let us go and do our test. So we're going to complete the pattern, right? We said slug is sluggish, which is slow, and pig. If we complete the pattern, is going to be piggish or it's going to be pigs. Piggish or pigs. All right, so if we choose the correct pattern, we're going to say it's piggish. So sluggish and piggish. So well done. Piggish is correct, the first one. All right, so now we need to complete the pattern. Color. Something is colorless, right? Meaning there's no color. What is the pattern? Flavor. Is it flavorless or flavored? Flavorless or flavored? Colorless, flavorless, or flavored? All right. So if we follow the pattern, right, of colorless, and then we will follow the pattern and say it is flavorless, right? Because if it's colorless, meaning it's not without color, right? And then flavorless also means it is without flavor. So well done. Flavorless is correct. Remember, we are following a pattern, eh? So if the first word is given to us, right, and the suffix is, for example, in this case, careful, the suffix is full, right? And in the next word, we also need to add full to that specific word. So now then it means that they want to see the pattern because sometimes the patterns will kind of have the same or similar meanings to the specific words. And that is what they mean with patterns with similar meanings. So we have care or careful, right? Our suffix is full. And then we have grace, right? Grace. Do we say graceful or do we say graced? All right. So if we then look at the word basically careful, and then it means that our answer or pattern will also be graceful and not graced. And careful means making sure or avoiding something, right? And graceful is having or showing grace. So having or showing grace. So well done, graceful. Ooh, all right. So now we have to complete the pattern, right? It says Alaska, right? So Alaska, which means that people from Alaska is Alaskan. Then we have Nebraska, Nebraska. And then it means that people from Nebraska, is it Nebraskan or Nebraskans? So if I'm from Alaska, then I'm Alaskan. And if I'm from Nebraska, are you Nebraskan or Nebraskans? All right, so it is Nebraskan, right? So Nebraskan. So if you're Alaskan, you're from Alaska. And if you're Nebraskan, you're from Nebraska, right? So well done. All right, let's do the last one. Salt. Something is salty, right? Meaning we threw too much salt in it. Sugar. Is it sugary or sugars? Sugary or sugars? All right, so which means that it is sugary, which means that when it comes to salt, it's salty. Then it means that we've thrown too much salt into something, right? We are tasting a lot of salt. Something is salty. And if you throw in too much sugar, then something will be sugary. So the first one is correct. So well done, everybody. Right? So now we are going to word pattern sentences. That was word pattern analogies, right? So now we're going to word pattern sentences. And remember, we said that the word is already, the first word is given to you with a specific suffix, right? And then you're just going to have to follow or complete or repeat that specific suffix by using another word. And then we're going to see or if it matches, right, these two words based on the suffix that is given. So we need to complete the sentences so that it matches the model. So we need to complete the sentence so it matches the model. It says, someone is friendless. Friendless. If someone is friendless, right, then it means that they don't have a friend. So if someone is then they don't have a job. So if someone don't have a job, then what do we call them? Then what do we say? They are what? I think you need to do it on A plus students, yes. Because remember, you're going to do your tests on your own. So I think you need to do it on A plus students. So if someone is friendless, meaning they're without a friend, then it means that they don't have a friend. So now if someone is, we said if someone is, they don't have a job. Yes. So meaning if you are jobless, then it means that you don't have a job because this word list, the suffix list means without. So friendless, it's without a friend. You don't have a friend. Jobless, it's without a job. You don't have a job. And then we have citizenship. Citizenship is the state of being a citizen. Now, what is the state of being a friend? What is the state of being a friend? So we said citizenship is a state of being a citizen. Guys, some of you are losing focus of what we're doing. And then what is a state of being a friend? Especially if you look at the suffix. All right. So which means that if we say citizenship, right? The word ship is a suffix, is the state of being a citizen. Then friendship is the state of being a friend. So well done to those. Friendship is correct. So you go to A plus students and you go to language arts, grade 4. Let's do this last one and then we're going to the test. We need to complete the sentence so that it matches the model. The ironwork showed off the builder's use of iron. And ironwork, it showed off the builder's use of iron. But now woodwork, it shows the builder's use of what? The builder's use of what? Woodwork. If ironwork shows of the builder's use of iron, then woodwork shows of the builder's use of what? All right. So we said that if iron work showed off the builder's use of iron, then we can say woodwork shows off the builder's use of wood, meaning he's good at wood cutting or something to do with wood. All right, now let's go to our test. So we're going to our test. So well done. Wood is the correct word. Only wood, not woodwork, né? Because woodwork shows off that they are good at things to do with wood. So we need to complete the sentence that matches the modal, right? Or the model. You can wear fabrics that is wearable. And you can wash fabrics that is what? Is it washable or that washes? So you can wear fabric that is wearable. So we add the prefix able. Wearable means that you are able to wear it. Then it means you can wash fabrics that is washable or that washes. So we can say you can wash fabric that is washable, right? So washable. And washable it is, meaning that it is able to be washed. Because remember, certain things we need to wash a certain way. It must be hand washed, machine washed, whatever washed, right? A pointless story doesn't have a point. It is without a point because less means without. So pointless story does not have a point. It is without the word point. So we said pointless doesn't have a point, meaning it's without a point. Then we said what story doesn't have an end? All right, so we can then say endless. An endless story does not have an end. So we said pointless doesn't have a point, and then we said endless does not have an end. So well done, guys. Endless is correct. And then a woolen doll is a doll out of wool, and a wooden doll is made out of what? If a woolen doll is made up of wool, then a wooden doll is made up of what? All right, so if we complete the sentence, right, and we said doll a wooden doll is made up of wool, then it means that a wooden doll is made up of wood. Because it's a wooden doll, right? And wooden dolls are definitely then made up of woods. All right, so wood is correct. Citizenship, right? It's the state of being a citizen. But then what is the state of being a friend? If citizenship is the state of being a citizen, then what is the state of being a friend? So friendship is the state of being a friend because we have citizenship, which means that our suffix is ship, and then also friendship is the state of being a friend. All right. And then there is a lot of snow on a snowy day. If there's a lot of snow on a snowy day, and then it means there's a lot of what on a rainy day? Is it a lot of rain on a rainy day or a lot of rains on a rainy day? So, which means that there's a lot of snow on a snowy day, then it means that there will be a lot of rain on a rainy day. So, well done. The first one is correct because there will be a lot of rain on a rainy day. And that is correct, right? And then something moving towards the west goes in a westward direction, and something moving towards the what, either the skies or the sky, goes in a skyward direction. So sky with direction. Yes, well done. All right, so we see that is word patterns, and we see when it comes to word patterns, the first word is always given to you, right? With a specific suffix. So, all right, so we said word patterns. It is, for example, where the suffix is being given, so we follow the patterns to see if the meanings are the same or if the meanings are basically similar to that, right? All right, so that is the end of our lesson on word patterns. Thank you very much, Great Force, for interacting, right, and for being very much part of the lesson. Till next time, have a good day further. Goodbye.